Chelsea transfer budget could be increased up to £61 million. Let's see how. Let's get into the video, people.
Hello guys, subscribe to WorldWideChels.
I WorldWideChels. WorldWideChels.
Subscribe to WorldWideChels.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get bored of that intro ever. Yes, people, welcome to another Chelsea video of mine. Keeping you guys up to date every single day with all the latest news around the club in the last 24 hours. We've got videos during the day. We've got streams during the night. So we're going to be covering all time zones out there. It's going to be a big transfer window. As you can see, my name, Road to 25k. So if you guys are new here, you want to support the channel, tune in every single day, people. Even if you don't get notified when you hit the notification, search for this channel. Big up my cat in the background as well. Guys, like the video, man. Let's try to get at least 200 likes on this video. So if you guys can, you want to support the channel, one click, man. But listen, let's get into the video. Chelsea transfer budget could be increased up to 61 million, of course, people. So it says here from the Mirror, Chelsea transfer budget could be boosted by a further 61 million due to a share issue that has been generated a further 61 million. Although it is not clear exactly how much will be put towards transfer. So listen, this is very positive news. Obviously, we might not get the full amount, which is not an issue. And I just want to say very quickly, even though 200 million was, quoted in terms of player sales and how much we can spend on players, it doesn't mean exactly it's going to be that much. Obviously, you can go a bit over, could be a bit under. It depends on the players available right now. I know a lot of players want Declan Rice, 100 million, 120 million, 80 million, 90 million. It depends on who's going as well, people. I don't know if you guys saw last night, John Terry and Rio Ferdinand going head to head. I think Rio Ferdinand and Van Dijk done their top 5 defenders. They put Terry 5th in one of them. And he was like, opinions are great, stats don't lie. And Rio Ferdinand came after him saying, at least I put you in my top 5. And talking about ego and all this stuff. And Terry said, talking about ego, but you put yourself first. And I think that was case closed for me personally. And when it comes to football, Terry is clear, my friends. Terry is definitely clear. But enough of me talking. 61 million transfer budget, people, could be added up to 61 million. Could be just 20, 30, 40. But every little helps Tesco, people. I also want to say there's an update on the shares. We had more news here. Certificate of change of name to public limited to private. There was more movement, basically. And just changing details, basically. Company name changed to Chelsea FC, issued today as well. So we are seeing more updates. This announcement should be very soon, people. Should be very soon, hopefully. It needs to be done ASAP. I think all the Chelsea fans are just waiting to get this over the line. But listen, it's still positive news. We also got news on Bissouma, people. Chelsea are interested in signing Bissouma. Keep an eye on that. This has come from Nathan Gisson. Most people follow him for the latest team lineup news that come up before the games and stuff. He's very close with Di Marzio. But Bissouma is another one that we are looking at now. Yesterday, we've been streaming every day. We've been doing videos every day. We are waiting to see what happens with Chelsea Football Club. There's even talks about Lukaku talking to Barcelona, Inter Milan. We're hearing reports left, right, center on these players. So it's going to be a big window. A lot of people telling me not to expect many outgoings. Other than Rudiger, Christensen, and Barkley, how many can we expect? Realistically, how many can we expect? I see at least 3 or 4 players leaving. I'm even talking about Werner, Pulisic, Ziyech, all these guys as well. I want to big up Danny Drinkwater. He gave a kind of a sad paragraph saying, listen, he should have done a lot more, which definitely, but I respect that he actually acknowledges it. I know it's easy that you earn 100, 120,000 a week and you're in Dubai chilling and living your life. But that red card against Tottenham, under 18s, under 23s, that was probably his highlight. We signed him because he done a madness with Kante at Leicester where they won the league. But of course, realistically, he was never going to be that guy at Chelsea. We've still got Barkley. Werner, the Dortmund interest has gone down, of course. We've got Dembele that we're waiting for information. His agent came out today saying that there's still time. He's gonna think about it. He's gonna talk with his agent, of course, and decide what's best for him. But as I said, they've put his house on sale for rent in Spain, so he's definitely short term. Definitely wants to leave very soon. Why else would you put your house on rent basically in Spain? It doesn't really make sense. What, you live there now, suddenly you're gonna, unless you're buying another property, then it's a different story. But it's not a coincidence that at this time he is putting his house on sale for rent, basically to let. Um, so for me, Chelsea or Bayern Munich will probably sign him, snap him up. Depends on the salary. I understand he only has around 2 or 3 goals in the league this season, but I think assists he had around over 13, 14. And towards the end of the season, he had a very, very strong performance for Barcelona, even though they treated him like trash. They treated him in the, they put him in the cold. They didn't really look after him. They didn't back him publicly, and he still gave his 100%. And he had to do that because he needs to find the correct club for him in the future. Now, of course, we've got Tommy T. He's worked with him. He said he's probably the talented player before he named Neymar, of course. And listen, I don't want to sell Chelsea fans' dream about Neymar, because if PSG let him go for like 75, 80 million, which is very, very unlikely, then we could talk about big, big signings. Okay, we need players that can take on players. We don't want players just to run in behind like Werner or Sterling. Now, I get Sterling is a lot better than all our wingers currently, but in terms of the levels that we should be looking at, he is not that guy. Sterling is another player that misses chances. He needs to miss 5, 10 chances before he scores a goal. He does score the goals, by the way. He does improve in front of goal, which is why people do want him for sure. But Werner isn't Werner isn't like a bad team player. Like, he gets into the right positions, he knows where to run, he knows, the goal. Not for Chelsea, of course, but in general. But I just don't know what it is. When these guys get the ball to feet, they can't move with the ball. Pulisic is one that you'd think can do it, because sometimes he's shown signs where he can just dribble past so many players and score goals. We've seen it, but we haven't seen it enough. Ziyech is a different type of player where he can just dink it in, cut on his left foot, and shoot against Tottenham, and amazing. But overall, it's just been frustrating, and that's why we need players like Dembele or Neymar that can take the ball to feet, take on the guys, and push on. It's going to be very, very interesting what we see in these windows. I've got a work deadline today, Friday, but the show must still go on. The Chelsea content still goes on. The road to 25k people. Make sure you guys like the video, support the channel, of course. Let us know who you think will realistically leave. Out of the wingers, I haven't heard anything about Hudson Doyle. I've only heard that uh, Tuchel isn't impressed with him. He wanted to go out on loan in January, but we couldn't let him go because we couldn't get anyone in at the time. And unfortunately, he had to play. He got injured as well. Things weren't going right basically for any parties around these players, but Tuchel has to take a bit of responsibility for that as well, because we kept changing the front three. Let's keep it real. We kept changing the front three. Obviously, with the stuff that's going on, it's difficult basically. And also, the Lukaku interview that I definitely want to talk about very quickly is Lukaku is 100% in the wrong. There's no way I'll be backing the guy. I'm not going to say stocks are up and all this stuff. But at the time, I said Tuchel come out with an interview about Haaland. He had to come out after saying it was a joke. I don't think it was a joke personally, because now recently he's talking about Haaland. Um, and that might have triggered Lukaku. Um, Addy, he told me Lukaku's a big man. He wouldn't get affected by that. Well, I can tell you now, my friend, he got affected by it. But that's just how I see it, because this happened in October, and I think the Lukaku thing just happened just after it. So the interview was meant to take place, or it took place 4 weeks earlier than it came out, and then it came out after he scored against Aston Villa when he came off the bench. So that's how I saw it personally. So maybe Tuchel shouldn't have come out public with that stuff. But like I said, it's Team Tuchel all the way. Roman was here. He had to play Lukaku. Roman not here. he really isn't playing. Kai Havertz needs a break. We've also got the World Cup coming very soon as well, people. The World Cup during the season, we could see some surprises. We could definitely see some surprises in terms of what clubs will do well. Aston Villa want to keep an eye on, and players will be playing for their futures. Werner will have to look at it and say, if I don't get first team football, I won't be in that German team. So he'll have to move as well. So we shall see what's going to be happening very soon, people. Listen, this is everything for your Chelsea content. If you guys can, you'll support the channel, like the video, push it over 200 likes, subscribe, hit the notification. We should be streaming tonight, maybe around 8, 9 p.m., maybe 10 p.m. We'll keep you guys up to date. But until then, people, we'll see you soon, man. I apologize if I do too much content, but it's only for you beautiful people, man. Let's go, man.
Good performance, man. Don't ever leave Chelsea. Never give up. Obviously, always.
I forgot about him. Do you guys want him in the squad still? Squad depth? Let me know, man.